So congratulations, you just bought a Tucson SE. I'm gonna go over some things outside of the vehicle, inside of the vehicle, and on the key fob. So first thing I'm gonna go over is the key fob. So you do have the Hyundai sign right here. It's pretty neat. We have a couple buttons on here. So we have lock, you have unlock, you have the hold button for the alarm, and we have the remote start. Okay, now to use the remote start, you have to lock the car first, then you have to press it, hold it for like 5 seconds, and then it'll turn off and down. You can also, it is keyless entry, so this can stay in your pocket. You see this button right here? You just press it and it'll lock. And to unlock it, you just press it and it unlocks. Simple as that. All right, let's go to the back of the car. Now to open a car is directly underneath the plate. There's like a little section right here. You just put your hand here and you lift it up. That's what it looks like once you do it. All right. Now moving on to the back. This is a gas vehicle, so for gas vehicles we still get our spare tires. On top of that, your lug nuts are in the back. Your wheel lock keys are also in the back, just in case they ask you. Okay. You have a 12-volt right here. And then the seats can go down with that one or with that one right there. So if I just flick this, it'll come right down. Easy access. All right. Foot on the brake, press start. We are rolling. We're good to go. All right, so let's go over a couple things real quick. All right. So let's go over this side right here. It's pretty easy to go over. I'm just gonna go over it just in case. Your left rear mirror, your left side of your mirror, the right side of your mirror. This is to change the mirror in the direction you want. Lock, lock, unlock, front windows, back windows, and to lock the windows. Pretty easy to remember. Moving on here, this is for your dashboard light. This turns the brightness down or up. I like to keep it all the way up. This is traction control. Please don't worry about that. Don't even touch it. Just leave it the way it is. It comes from the factory. Okay? Moving on to here, you have your different drive modes. You can change it as you're driving, and as you're changing it, you have different modes. You have snow mode, sport mode, normal mode. You're gonna keep it on normal most of the time, but if you wanna get some speed on the highway, you put it to sport. And if it's snowing, of course, you put it to snow mode. All right? Now, you have your auto lock here. See that button? It says auto hold. So if you press that button, look what happens on the screen. That comes up. See right there, it says auto hold. So it's not activated, but it's on. So watch what happens when I put my foot on the brake and I put it on drive. It turns green because it's activated. So if I let go of the brake, the car stays still. And then all I have to do is press on the gas, watch the light turn off, and then I start rolling. And if I press the brake again, lightly, it doesn't work, but when I press the brake hard, it turns green. That's what you want to see, okay, if you like that mode. I'm gonna put this back on park. This is your parking brake, so it's not active. If I press it in, if I press it up, it's activated. And then to shut it off, I just push down. It's telling me to put my foot on the brake, so foot on the brake, press down, and it goes right off. All right, so A off, what that means is your car turns off when you put your foot on the brake hard at a red light. If you don't like that feature, you can always press it and turn it off. This is something you have to do every single time you go into your vehicle, okay? Your P with a camera, that is your parking camera. So if I press it, your parking camera does appear up here. If I press it again, it goes away, okay? You have your charging ports here. Make sure it is in white, because if you press one more time, it will be for your USB. So let's keep that way, okay? Climate control is a little different. All right, so of course, low heat, no heat. The higher, the more air that comes out, okay? Front windshield, back windshield, directions. Blue means AC, no blue means heat. Recycle air, max air conditioning. All right, that was pretty easy. So your maps won't work unless you have your Apple CarPlay activated. So when you connect your Apple CarPlay from Bluetooth and you press maps, that comes up automatically, okay? Media, if you press media, of course, your media comes up. Going through your music. You can put your volume down here. Turn off the music if you press in. Turn it back on and press out. And this is just to go through the tunes as well. See how it changes? Now, if you do like a song, I suggest that you guys save it. That way when it comes up to your favorites, it shows up. And all you gotta do is hit this to go through your channels and make your life a lot easier. All right, now I like to keep this on auto, my lights. Up here, it says auto high beams, all right? So if you push it that way, look what happens. That comes up. That you know if you're in a dark street, it will turn on, the high beams will turn on by themselves. And of course you have to do that every single time you get into the vehicle as well. Moving on to this side is for your back windshield. And then flicking up is for your front windshield. And this is just to set the speed of however you want it. Okay? Now, this side, which is closer to the radio, controls your radio. This side, closer to your car, controls all your safety features. That's the best way I can explain it to you guys. And hopefully you catch on, just like I caught on pretty quickly. So, phone means picking up your phone call, ending your phone call. Volume up, volume down. Just go like that, simple. We went through this already. This is to go through your music or your favorites, whatever you pick. Voice command, once you plug in your phone, you hit the button, you can ask it to get directions to a place or get a phone number to a place. For an example, like you'll press it and you'll be like locations to Home Depot. And then it'll give you the locations to Home Depot. Or what is JoJo's phone number? And then it'll pop up here and then you just click on it to get the phone number. You can even click on it and it'll call them. Mode, I'm gonna go over mode. This filled start and it's empty start right now, okay? So if I click on mode, I can set it up custom to what I want. All right, so I'm gonna put FM for mode. For this one, full star, I'm gonna put media off. And then for empty star, I'm gonna put driver assistance setting. Why not? All right, so I'm gonna go home. Now look what happens when I press these buttons now. Remember, when I click the buttons, that screen came up. And now what happens when I press the button now? My radio turns on. It's low, but now what happens when I press this button? I set it up to turn it off. Now look what happens. Turns it off. And if I press this button, those are my safety features. All right? So you can set that up to whatever you want it to be set up to. Just play with it, see what you like, and you go from there, okay? Now this side, I want to go over this one first. So this one changes to center screen, as you see. And then this one scrolls down on whatever screen you're on. All right. Cruise control. Think of an L for cruise control. This is why. You have to click 3 buttons. You have to click 1, 2, 3, which is an L. Okay. To turn on and set your cruise control will be this top button right here. This one right here, okay? And once you do that, it's gonna ask you to set a distance, whether it's 4, 3, 2, or 1 car lengths away. That's this button right here. Once you press this button and set your distance, now you wanna set this one to make sure the car stays in this lane. Now, down here, it shows you both safety features, but it's not green. Why? Because we're not moving, we're sit still. Once you start moving and you start using it, it'll turn green. That's how you know it's activated, okay? And then this one is to go faster or slower, plus or minus. Best way I can describe it for you guys, okay? Now let's move on to the screen. When I press setup, right, it brings me to the screen. Vehicle, of course, those are your safety features. Sound, that's the sound of your music, your radio, or your warning signals. You can raise the volume or lower the volume. Device connections. This is to set up Bluetooth if you want more Bluetooths added. So you press that, you click on add new, go to your phone, your Bluetooth, and then look for Tucson, and then read the instructions. User profile, creating a user. If you don't have one, see how it says guest, you can just create your own username. Screen layout, you can change the layout of the screen. Same thing with display, they're both the same thing. Blue link, if you have any issues. If you want to change the time, you go to general, you go to date and time, you scroll down if you want 24 hours or daylight savings. Boom, it'll change it right there, okay? Now, if you want to look through your safety features, you'll click on setup, you click on vehicle, brings you to this screen, you pick driver assistance. From here, these are all your safety features, okay? If you click on it, I'll give you a brief summary of what it does. And if you don't like it, you can always shut it off, okay? But it's all right here, okay? And all I'm doing is pressing back to go back to the others, all right? It's nothing too fancy, but I hope this video does help you out. And if you still have one more question, please let me know.